I'm Ann Rest. I'm a state senator, and I live in New Hope. First thing that comes to mind for me is, quite frankly, is a speech I gave when I was first running for the legislature in the 1980s. And it was to a women's political group. And I was convinced then, as I am now, that it is indeed the women of this country that are the future of our country. They are the moral foundation of our country, and we are partners with men in that. But it wasn't until in the last 30 years that I believe that women have claimed their partnership with men, and as leaders in our country. Not only in politics, but in technology, in space exploration, if you will, in mathematics. A woman just won a really great mathematics prize that is akin to the Nobel Prize in mathematics, and it is no longer an anomaly. There are fewer and fewer firsts, and I think that is that's the hallmark of that we are emerging and proclaiming our leadership positions in our society, and that is I think that's a great accomplishment for us. It doesn't come easy. It's a struggle every single day. We are buoyed by the respect we get from not only from men, but from other women. That a woman has a rightful place not only at a table, but the table is in the room where the decisions are being made about our lives. And so that is that gives me great confidence about that we will overcome temporary setbacks and make sure that we earn our rightful place and that our contributions are valued. I read somewhere recently that the advice of someone, and I'm sorry I can't quote that person, was that for young women is to make sure that they have, the quote was, to make sure you carry a veneer of "don't mess with me." And I think that can be done with good humor. It can be done with forcefulness, and it can be done with a lot of power behind it. And I think that is a challenge. And again, it's not just to men to say that. It is to say that to everyone around who might want to hold you down. And you say, no, don't mess with me. And adopting that veneer is a way of telling other people you are your own person, and you will not be denigrated. The women in my own family, starting with my grandmother, who taught school in 1910. And in a one-room schoolhouse in Chester, Virginia. And then because she got married, she had to stop. Those were the days. But she was very civic-minded. She led a vote before women had the vote, because in that state, on local issues and state issues, women could vote, and she led the charge to name a new elementary school that my mother was going to be going to, And when I first was running for office, I called her and I remembered that. And I said, so how did you do that? And of course what she said was, we got more votes than the other people. And I said, good point. And then I went on to win my first election by only 57 votes. And I am just a poster child of every vote counts. And all during that period, I was reminded of my grandmother saying, you need to get more votes. And it was, true advice. My mother was a very strong personality as well, and her daughter, and probably has influenced me the most of anyone. Outside of my family, it certainly is Eleanor Roosevelt. And it is she who's, said, nobody can make you feel inferior without your permission. And that's kind of that same thing of carry that veneer of do not mess with me. And I respected her work more after she left the White House than her years after that. I thought she was a particularly effective political force in our country, and certainly someone that I looked up to.